Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn with Jason. Today on the show, we are bringing back Chris Biscardi. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm super excited about this one because as everyone knows, I take myself extremely seriously, and I only like to work on very serious web projects. And so today, well, okay, hold on. Before we talk about this, let's build some suspense. So before we talk about the very serious web project that we're about to build, for those of us who are not familiar with you and your work, do you want to give a little like quick intro?
Sure. I'm Chris. I do independent consulting for open source startups mostly. Um, the most relevant thing for today is that we have a Discord called the Party Corgi Discord.
Oh my
Where,
God, this took all of 10 seconds. This is going to be a long one, I think.
yes. So we have the Party Corgi Discord, which if you do, what is it? That's the command. Great. That's the link. It's for streamers, content creators, gaming, hanging out. We have a cooking channel and a baking channel now. We have a mobility and like power and endurance channel now. So we're expanding from just getting you out into the world so that you have more leverage when you go to get a new job to making cookies.
To making cookies, yeah. I'm in the process of someone in the chat asked me to write up my smash burger recipe, so I'm going to put that in the cooking channel soon.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, so yeah, come hang out there. It's a really fun place. We like play Fortnite together, and like people talk about the other games that they're into. So so now, Chris,
Yes.
let's talk about this very serious project. So you and I both, I think we're both very serious people. We don't mess around at all.
Extremely.
There's
Not
no
at all.
nonsense. None.
Never.
So do you want to talk about this very very serious project we're going to build today?
Yeah, sounds good. So, do you want to bring up goforeyes.me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. Bring that up. I love how my Twitter is just pictures of Pokemon in my hair. So today we're going to do a version of something that, if you're not on HTTPS, it fails.
I think did I not fix it? I fixed it.
If you have been in the Go community, Ashley McNamara and some other people have built something that hopefully will load in a second.
Yeah, it's a little big, so there we go.
But basically, the idea is that Golang and the community has this mascot. I don't remember the name of the gopher, but it's a gopher. And you can sort of just click a bunch of stuff and it'll put on sunglasses or change the eyes, etc. And this sort of like a bunch of layers, and then you can basically save that out and use it as like your Twitter profile photo or something like that. So in the Party Corgi Discord, we have a Party Corgi. And the Party Corgi is actually a animated GIF.
In honor of you. Well,
oh, really? The Kubernetes is in honor of me?
Kubernetes.
Great.
Oh, in honor of me, we'll give it wonderful hair. Wait. Oh man, you can do all sorts of stuff.
I'm waiting
mohawks.
for there's facial hair. You gonna give it a beard?
Is there really?
Yeah. One more down.
Ooh, the Dave Cheney beard. That's cool. That's an honor. Get everything added in. Ooh, unicorn.
We'll have the Jason Lengsdorf Party Corgi beard since we already have one. The unicorn is nice. The unicorn is, I like that.
I feel like that's a good combination of you and me. Like color up top, beard on the bottom. That's this is our little gopher baby.
Wonderful. Tweet it.
Okay. I am definitely saving this. But so our idea, right, was to figure out saving this, how we could kind of build on this idea from Ashley and like turn it into something equally serious where we can put hats on corgis. But hold on, let's see, what do we call this? Chris and Jason Gopher Baby. So anyways, this is like a super funny thing. And it's like, it's silly, it's fun, but it's also like, I really like it because it builds on this idea of like the Go community, having this mascot, and it's not just like a cute thing you put on a t-shirt. It's like a thing you can play with, right? And so to that end, we have this. Let me see if I can find it. Party Corgi. Where are you at?
Are you looking
Here.
for the PNGs and stuff?
Well, right now I'm actually just looking for. Oh, don't give me that. Don't give me that. I want.
So on my site, if you go /party corgi, it should give you
Oh, that's better. Crispus. Yeah, because the one that I have is small.
it's got a dash in it, so it's party dash corgi. But yeah, it'll show you the animated
Oh,
GIF.
it's Christopher.
It is Christopher. I do own Chris Biscardi actually, which I should probably redirect. I don't know why that's a 101 domain thing. Maybe I got it on 101 8 years ago.
I love. We've already got requests for Corgi accessories. Okay,
gray
so
goatee.
I feel like we need to make a couple very important caveats here. First, we have 90 minutes. Second, we decided to up the level of difficulty, and we're going to attempt to put hats on a moving GIF. So this is not like we have literally no idea how we're going to make this work. We found a library.
Are you a canvas expert? Because I'm not.
Yeah, right. So we're pretty much making this up on the fly. So please set your expectations low. We're gonna make this work eventually, but we might not get very far today.
We
Okay.
should use the URL shortener over the Discord invite.
Ooh, I have one of those. If you go to here, it's HTTPS. This one, jason.af/PCN for Party Corgi Network.
I should change mine.
But yeah, both of those are evergreen. They don't expire.
Yeah.
So that being said, yeah, our goal today is honestly, I think our goal today is to see if we can place something on this GIF and have it stay positioned. Once we get to that point, I think the kind of longer term goal is that we'll have a template where anybody who wants to can like add an accessory or change the color or just play around with this idea, and then we'll make this all open source so that people can commit ideas and add their own accessories and all that good stuff. So yeah, how do you want to start?
So I have a plan actually.
I'm really glad you do, because I have no semblance of a plan.
So if you pull down the Party Corgi repo, which I think you have on already, so you can just or not pull it.
Yeah, let me see if I've Party Corgi.
So there's a starter Gatsby site in there, and if you go to partycorgi.me on the web, you will see the. Oh no, you won't actually. Maybe the deploy didn't go. I set up the domain and the deploy yesterday, so it's probably possible that I pushed it and then it failed.
Is it party-corgi or?
I don't think so. Possible that the DNS did not actually set up correctly. So we might be using the party corgi.
Well, it is Netlify at least set up on Netlify.
Yeah, Netlify is saying that it's not. The
DNS didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think the DNS worked.
We can fix that.
In any case,
I might know somebody.
In any case, the repo should have 12 PNGs in it, and has a Gatsby starter.
Okay, so I just opened this here, docs, packages, here. Okay.
Inside of packages, there will be a www party corgi me, which I see you're already in. You're way ahead of me. And there's one PNG for each of these. So what we're going to do is use a library called GIF shot, I hope. And what we're going to basically do is take the PNGs, we're going to stick them in image tags on the site, and then iterate over that set of image tags and hand them to GIF shot, which will give us back a GIF that we can stick into the page.
That's cool.
That's step one. Step two will be putting the party corgis on canvas and then getting the data out of the canvas. Because really what we want to do is end up putting more stuff on that image, and you
Mhm.
can't really do that in a single image tag, right?
Right.
So that's step 1 and 2. And then step 3 is actually getting a third, like a second thing onto the canvas.
What just happened? Oh,
Ryan Harris here.
that's so funny. Like this is not a stream that has a lot of bits happening in it, so like I don't know what that sound was. I was like, what is that sound?
What happened? No.
Later, Ryan. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, yeah. So very, very, very exciting. So
yeah.
this, let's walk through what this does. So if I
Sure.
take images, right? We take a set of images, and then we're able to.
That images array takes either a set of URLs, which we happen to have, which we can actually do for the first test, right? And the second thing it does is takes those images and turns them into a GIF by whatever these options are that you have, right? So you can put like text over them and things like that. But we probably are only going to use the number of frames, the interval, frame duration, stuff like that.
Got it. So what we need then is we aren't able to just take like the raw frames and put them in here and then say like on each frame stick this other thing on top of it. We have to do the sticking first and then provide like a new image for the like the final form of this.
Yeah, so I don't think we necessarily have to do it that way. There are libraries that give you like a frame handler.
Okay.
It turns out that like 50 of the, or like 5,000,001 of the 5,000,002 GIF libraries out there were all created 4 years ago and then abandoned. So some of those do that. And then I thought that maybe this one would be the easiest for us to get up and running with.
Cool.
So we can always go to something like way more intense, something that's maybe used for like 2D games, and then do it from that.
Yeah. Well, this one looks like it was at least maintained within the last couple of years.
Our bar is very low.
Yeah. I mean, it is cool. Like, it's cool that this is working, right? And I think that'll be pretty fun.
It was funny because I was looking through all the GIF libraries, and basically my criteria was doesn't have require JS in the README, and works with common JS. So like we're talking GIF library that hopefully wasn't created 5 to 6 years ago and then unmaintained.
Nice. Yeah. So I take it that was a slim field.
It's slimmer than you think it is, considering how many GIF libraries are out there. And it's hard to find them all because they all just say GIF or GIF.js or something like that.
Yep.
And then you end up in the 2D game graphics animation land, which is like if you were going to take 3JS and be like, we're going to make a GIF out of 3JS stuff. It's a large API surface.
Okay. So maybe the first thing that we can do then is just try to set this up, take the frames, and like reassemble these frames into a working GIF. Does that seem reasonable?
Yes, that is the first thing for sure.
Okay. So I need to install. Where are the docs? Docs. Do you not have installation?
That's the other thing. None of them have installation docs.
Ooh. Okay.
I believe it's on npm as GIFshot. I believe I checked this.
Okay. All right.
It's possible we're going script tags, but it is on npm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is fascinating. Man, it's so funny like how in the bubble I am with JavaScript, where I'm like, what do you mean it's not on npm and doesn't work exactly the way that I expect it to work? Okay.
Yeah. It was super funny. I just gave a talk on that kind of thing.
Let's do, what are we using? Yarn? Yes. So Yarn workspace. What's this one called?
www and then hit tab. dash party corgi dash me.
Add GIF shot.
But yeah, so this library actually can pull images off a webcam or off like an HTML5 video, which is pretty cool. It says it uses Canvas in some way. I don't have, I didn't dive into the internals, so I have no idea how it uses Canvas. It's possible that we could just go straight from Canvas to like that images array or something, but that's not documented as far as I can tell. So we have to go from Canvas to like base64 encoded image or something like that to the create GIF call in the end.
Okay, so I feel like what we're really up against here is like we're going to need to figure out. There are three things. So the first thing is how do we take images and assemble them into a GIF? That seems like
That's step one.
Assuming all of this works, we are probably going to be like. You know what? Let me not even say it. I'm not even going to say it out loud. So I'm just going to make a component, and I'm going to import React from React. I'm going to import GIFshot from GIFshot, and we're just going to keep our fingers crossed there. And then we've got this is going to be all hard-coded.
Yes.
So we will start with what we probably want to put this in a use effect.
Yeah, we could do a use effect for this.
Okay.
Because we do have to create the GIF, but we only have to do it once for our first test, right? We do have to import the images first, probably. It's going to be the first thing, so that we get those URLs.
Fair. So.
Or we can stick them in static and give them a defined spot, which would also work. They're just in like a components folder or source folders right now, but you can move them or copy them to static.
Yeah, let's probably do that. That seems like it's going to take slightly less overall work, and also if we want this to be something that people are playing with.
Let's remove gears here.
Yeah. Static. Then I'm going to take all of these, and we're just going to move them into static. So now, I feel like I should give this a name.
Yeah, eco DNS can take up to 48 hours. That is what the propagation times look like.
No, I don't care. We're gonna go straight. We're doing it live. Okay, so get rid of that folder, and then now in here we should be able to set up Corgi frames, and that's going to be an array, and it will be just straight from the root because that's how static works. 0, 0.
I always forget if that comes straight from the root or like /static or like /public or something like that. Which is funny because I've built so many sites.
I almost never use the static folder if I'm being completely honest. Let's see, we're going up to 11. Okay, so those should be our Corgi frames. And so now inside of our deal here, we're also going to need a like image and set image. That'll be a React use state. And we can set that, we'll just leave that undefined. Here. And then we'll say, what do we need? GIFshot dot.
Do we actually need this to be a use effect? We probably, I guess we do,
well,
right?
Because we don't want it to run at, is this?
Well, I figure like we could just have a button that does it, right?
We could just have a button that does it. We could do it that way for sure.
I mean, we could do it like on load for sure, which would be cool. But just to make it a little bit even simpler, since we're going the simple route today.
Yeah, I think that's.
We could just say render a button when clicked button. Then we do like a use state call in the callback, or not a use state, but a set state from a use state, right?
Okay. Yep. I need to use How do we do it from just images? Images. So the images then goes in this first array, and we'll set that to Corgi frames.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so in theory, what should happen here is we will get the image, and that will just stick it into the body of the image.
Yeah, so I don't know what the source comes back as. I assume it's like a base 64 encoded URL or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
let's
URI is what I meant to
let's
say.
just log that, see what comes out. And so I'm going to return just an empty element, and we will say it's a button. On click, we're going to create the GIF. And then should we let's actually stick it down here. So we'll give this a div, and that div is going to get a ref. So we don't need this anymore, but we do need a ref. So
Do we need a ref? Oh, because you want to keep the old logic.
Well,
I was
I'm just
thinking
gonna
you could just set the data in the state and then render it out as an image.
Aha.
I was gonna say, did I lose you? Or
yeah, no, I was like, I had to run that back. I was like, stop, play that back. Here we go. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Also,
So
a sub from Ryan.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ryan. Sweet. And so now, okay. So document.create element.
And then we basically just don't do this part because
we don't want to do any.
We don't use normal APIs.
Right. We don't use normal APIs.
We don't use normal APIs.
Okay. So I'm going to start by just console logging this. Let's see what we get. And then we can run like a set image.
Yeah.
Set it as image. Image. Okay. And then this will actually be like let's see, image, and for now. Okay. So that should at least let us test. So then we can import GIF test from components, and then we'll just drop this right here.
Being all fancy with like a separate component and everything.
You know, I don't mess around.
Can't wait for the Party Corgi team to get on this.
Okay. So then we're going to run develop. And we're going to see if no problems. Come on, do the thing. Yes, success. I forgot to export it, didn't I? Very important. Okay, that should be better. So now we can go out to localhost 8000, and this theoretically should work. Let's get the console open just in case.
I'm excited.
So it gave us a base 64 image. Perfect. So theoretically speaking, then we can say image. Yeah, it's just.
We can just stick it as the source in an image when we render.
Perfect.
Right?
Okay. So we'll do image. The alt will be Party Corgi. Source will be image. So. Oh, that got weird.
Did it? Oh, yeah, that got weird.
Also,
is that because it's transparent? Do we have to redraw the background on every canvas? I think we do.
No. What? That doesn't seem right.
I mean, so this is the this is roughly the effect that you get if you try to like naively export a GIF through like Photoshop or something, right?
Also, is it moonwalking?
Are we gonna have to?
I think we've got a moonwalking Corgi. So I think like step one here is
Trying to throw that marquee tag in there.
Yeah, let's. Oh my God.
You can just do dot reverse.
If
just
I
do dot
was
reverse. Don't do the whole thing. Just hit.
Fine.
Bring it back down.
Fine.
This way, if we know we got it wrong later again, we can just remove dot reverse.
There, at least now. So at least now it's going in the right direction. So we still have problems, but
so I don't know that this is necessarily a problem.
Like not necessarily a problem. Like it's.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can canvas redraw a white panel before we redraw the corgi on it, right? We should look at the options and see if there's like a background or like a redraw or something like that option in GIF shot. But from what I've seen from this library, I think that it might expect that there is a full frame image, and they might have just not implemented like redraw. Basically, they're just saying like, we're expecting you to give us a full image, and we're just going to draw it on top of the canvas and print it out or something. In which case, we wouldn't clear the canvas before.
Whether or not you would like to save all of the canvas image binary data from your created GIF, particularly useful when you want to reuse a GIF to add text to later. Save rendering context.
It doesn't look like they have one.
Yeah.
We
have frames, interval, camera.
I would probably call this a non-issue for the moment.
Okay.
So because there's always that thing we can do later. Once we get into canvas land, we can redraw that. And we can always swap this library out for another one, but probably not in 90 minutes.
Yeah. So, you know something else that's weird here? These didn't export at the same size.
What?
Yeah, these are all different sizes.
That's bizarre. That's my fault.
I mean, it's okay, but what it does explain is why the corgi doesn't move. It's like the motion is kind of
because it's basically like centering it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is totally cool. So I think what we'll need to do is export again. But whatever. I mean, for now, this is probably fine. Like,
I could re-export with the background and push. It wouldn't take me more than a second.
Should we? I mean, yeah. Do you want to do that? Let me.
Sure. You can keep working on the thing, and I'll do a quick
so let
Photoshop re-export over here.
Let me commit what I have. Make sure I didn't break anything.
Make sure you didn't break anything. Oh, also I redid the build, so it might be pushing now.
Nice.
Need to check it.
Move corgis, add GIF shots. Okay, so that should be working.
Looks like the build works.
Hey, look at it go.
Hey.
So we've got the beginnings of partycorgi.me. All right.
This is secretly a Learn with Jason episode to make a GIF library.
Oh, jeez. What's up, Dom? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Okay, so something that I'm going to complain about.
You're going to complain?
Yes, because
exciting.
Chris, before this stream, went out and got this dope backlighting. So he's got these like LEDs and all this shit, so he looks cool. And then he's got this custom-made Party Corgi tank top on. And I'm really feeling like I got showed up here, is how I'm feeling right now.
Wait, ready?
What's that? Oh, come on. Get out. Get out. The stream is over.
I can just make it go rainbow all the time.
I'm so upset. So speaking of like terrible influences, Joel Hooks, everybody's favorite enabler, has, hold on, let me turn off my notifications here. He pointed me to. Let me find this thing. I'm gonna show it, and then I have to decide if it's really because it's expensive, right? Um,
Of
it's
course it is.
called
Why wouldn't it be?
lightform.com. Um, so check this cool thing out. It's a streamer setup.
It does look like a streamer setup, yes.
Look at that.
Oh, that's
It's like AR in the so here's what's cool about this. This is
okay.
why this
That's
is so
cool.
cool.
That's
So
fun.
it's hooked up to the Stream Deck, which is in and of itself very cool. But you can hook this up to events. So we could make chat commands where people could make like actual shit show up behind me. So I am very, very tempted by this thing. However, it's like $1,000, and I just it's very. I'm like I can't do it.
You sure?
Also, I'm relatively certain that if I did it, Marissa would legitimately throw me out of the house. So,
Mm. On the
um,
bright side, you'd have an AR projector.
that I can set it up in my car. I can make it look like a house. See, I'm still at home. Anyways, this thing is dope. You should all go look at it. If you want to set up
Oh
if
God.
you want to send up a Kickstarter for me to set this stupid AR thing up, I will totally do it. Or like if anybody knows anybody from Lightform, see if they want to sponsor me and come on and teach me how to build it. Uh, I'm shameless, man. I don't care. Like,
We'll play it. We'll play it. We'll see if it works.
all right.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
So, yeah, I watched Dodgeball again. Speaking of that quote, and
Yep.
it was on a plane, and I like that movie did not age well.
No, it didn't at all. That's like, yeah, definitely not.
Okay. I do love that quote though. All right, y'all. What are we doing? I've definitely
I'm
lost the
re-exporting
thread.
Corgi layers and
Okay.
making sure that they're the right sizes. And you need to start working towards putting
Should we
these
focus
images
up?
on
Should
the
we
page.
should we write some code?
So what we need from you is basically like we have images now that we're creating into a
Oh, so
like
we would need
GIF,
to add
right?
code.
Mm-hmm.
We need to display
right?
all 12 of those images on the page because in the end, what I would love to see happen is you put a hat on the corgi or sunglasses on the corgi or something like that, or like your own image. And you can drag the sunglasses around or something like that.
Oh, you're
But
talking
my
about
idea
like
here,
you're talking about like full chaos mode, like people just upload whatever they want.
maybe we'll see. But in any case, we can always put sort of like any image, any like new 8-bit thing up there. And if somebody doesn't like quite where the sunglasses are, they could like move it around or something. It would also be nice to see how it looks on each frame. So I was thinking we stick image tags for each of those images
Okay.
below the area where the corgi shows up.
Got it.
So that
Okay.
you're like, hey, this is what each frame of the corgi looks like. Do you want a hat? Here's where the hat looks like.
You set up no, we're gonna use theme UI, so we'll do JSX, and then I'm gonna import JSX from theme UI. Just do a little bit of styling so that this doesn't turn into a horizontally scrolling nightmare. And we'll just make this display. No, we'll make the display block.
Like nightmare. Hey, there's nothing wrong with horizontal scroll.
There's not until it gets out of hand.
There's a lot wrong with horizontal scroll. That's a total lie.
My thing. Oh, wait. Which one of these stopped?
So there's a difference between Windows and OS X, where Windows will show you the size of the thing when you hover over it, and OS X is like, nah, we'll leave that and like get more info, which is super annoying.
In which tool?
This is just like in the preview for each of them.
React is defined. You. Oh no, it's not. Because I need use state and fragments. See, I introduced CSS and just overcomplicated my whole life.
I mean, as you do.
As you do. Okay, so here we go. Now if I create the GIF, it's, yeah, we've got a little bit of space. So now if I set up a, we'll call this like a div, we'll just make this like kind of a display thing. So we'll go margin 5, give it some breathing room. Actually, let's go margin top and bottom will be 5. The MX will be auto. Max width will be 54 characters. This should probably wrap everything now that I think about it. So let's put that up here.
Wait, isn't 54 characters? Never mind. Continue. You're good. This doesn't matter.
Okay. Why didn't that work? Nope, I wanted this. And then when I go over here and I look at this div, it got no styles because what went wrong here? Auto is not defined. Oh, I know what I did. I didn't quote my props. There we go. All right, so now we kind of have that little dealie going, and then I can put together a list. So we'll do it again. And with this
also,
one,
you got a Twitch Prime sub from the Baby Hulk.
Oh, nice! Thank you to Baby Hulk. Boy, I'm like really in the zone today. I'm not noticing anything.
Hey man, I got you.
I appreciate you
hanging out. I'm waiting for a Photoshop export. So I mean, like, what do you do when you do like wait for Photoshop or something? You just hang out.
All right. So now here I can do Corgi frames dot map, and then we'll get a source, and I can do image source source, and I'm just gonna leave the alt empty. I think that's right. Did I do what I want? Okay, so that's pretty close. I'm gonna make them smaller.
You know what I may have originally done when I made those names for the files? I'm realizing that I manually renamed all the files.
Oh, like maybe you just got them backwards?
Yeah, I think I just reversed them.
Okay, it's all right.
As you do, you know?
Let's see, grid, template. Oh, can I do grid from memory? I bet I can't. It needs to be repeat.
What are you trying to do? Oh, repeat.
Or one FR. I think that'll work. No, that's not. I'm just going to do that.
I think it's reversed, isn't it? That's a giant Corgo.
Okay, so I did part of it, but I got something wrong. Grid, template, columns? Okay, so that's part of it. Yeah, that's good. Then I want this to be width 100%. There we go. All right, so now we have our various corgis. Good, good.
I am renaming the files, and I will have that done shortly. The export took much longer than I thought it was going to. For some reason, there's some kind of slowdown. I guess it's because I'm saving to like a networked NAS, and I think that's starting to fill up.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've got a couple questions in the chat. So one of them was, doesn't Theme UI have TypeScript support for auto completion of the SX prop? I have no idea.
I'm glad we're both on the same page with that one.
To the best of my knowledge, no, but I don't know.
I
Let's look.
do not use TypeScript, so would not know that.
So here's theme UI. Let's see if it comes with types. I don't even know how to check for types. Guess we plug in theme UI.
You would look for like a
down
.d.ts
here.
or something like that. If I remember correctly. Or .d.ts, sorry.
Yeah, I don't see any.
I don't think that
I don't see any
theme
types
UI
in
is
here.
not a project that's written in TypeScript or anything, so
yeah,
I wouldn't expect it to have them.
You know what I did do that that made me really happy? I added types to one of the repos that I did recently, and it was for like it was the get share image one.
You heard it here first. Jason loves TypeScript.
Please don't come for me, internet. But no, check this out. So I didn't actually write any TypeScript.
Yeah.
I just like defined versions, and then I set this type as like a config thing, and then I wrote this, and all this did was just make it so that if you like do tab completion, it will show you all the available props, which that was nice. I don't think I would write any of my own internals, but I like public APIs that have a TypeScript interface set up for them, because
that's been my opinion of TypeScript for a very long time. Like the most valuable feature of TypeScript is the autocomplete.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So like internally, I don't care. I like this is not a podcast about my opinions on TypeScript. So
I mean, we're already halfway in the hole, so might as well keep digging.
What I find is like you can't call it type safe if you can eject to any, and like most JavaScript is too funky to allow for like really solid type safety without completely relearning the way that you do JavaScript. So like I think Ryan Florence was talking about this yesterday. Like you don't have like JavaScript projects that use TypeScript. You have TypeScript projects and you have JavaScript projects, and never the twain shall meet. But I do like this. I do like this idea of doing just the public APIs having a type, like an input type, because that interface is really helpful for autocomplete.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I've done this thing, and then I guess the next part is to figure out like, did you find a library for Canvas that you want to use, or do you want to?
No, I just committed better images, so they'll just overlap completely with the background.
Pull.
Oh, you should be able to just restart the server, and that'll. Or pull and then restart the server. Sorry. You don't get a magic restart on the
magic restart. Okay. So Helmet and they're just trolling in the chat. Everything is any. Yeah, exactly. That's why that's how I write my JavaScript.
It's not untyped, it's singularly typed.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so this, what gives? Why did you start disrespecting my?
Did it freak out on us? Oh no, you did it in the console, in the Chrome console, last time, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right, because I forgot.
You didn't copy it over.
There we go. Heyo. Okay, so what should be interesting here?
That's even, I would get that as a poster, actually.
So now, hey, look. I don't know what happened, but your last export must have just been kind of funky, because now it works.
No,
it's still moonwalking though.
Yeah, so you can reverse it now because I redid the right numbering. No, so what I did, so the problem that happened was that
you exported it with a background.
Yeah, the previous export was exported with transparency, which is really what we want generally, because if you follow the latest trend of having light mode and dark mode in all your chat applications, you don't really want a white background around the Corgi. For the purposes of this stream, I just exported the white background around the Corgi so that we can keep going instead of wasting time on transparency.
Yeah.
So in the future, we'll go and we'll remove the white background so that when people export, what they get is actually the Corgi without the background.
Yeah. So we'll leave a note in here. We'll figure out how to export with transparency.
I'm very, very concerned about my emoji professionalism.
Yeah.
Like, a white background on a back like theme just looks unprofessional.
Yeah, like Discord dark mode with a white background emote. Like, what is this, amateur hour?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, so
an hour and a half though.
All right. So next, we want to figure out how to position these things. So like the way that I would do this is I would pull up something like Figma, and then once I get logged in, oh god, how long is this going to take?
Ooh, are we getting passwords?
Getting passwords, secrets. Here we go. Robert Tables is yelling at me right now through the screen. I can feel it. So now I'm going to just stand up a thing, and then we'll grab one of these images, which are here, right? So let's just grab one of these. We'll stick it in here. And so what we have now is like a frame. If I get this sized up right.
It's 500.
Yeah, 500 pixels square. So then in here, if we want, like, let's get sunglasses.
Where are we getting sunglasses?
Just going to grab some. Let's see, what's a good.
So in the end, I think what I'm going to end up doing is actually paying somebody to do some artwork for this.
Mm-hmm.
But for the moment, we can just grab any sunglasses and just like sort of put them in front of the Corgi.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do kind of a junky job here, but like so if we take this and we grab
download 3D preview.
3D preview?
Yeah, I think you just downloaded. Never mind. It's just an image.
Okay. So if I do something like this, like I'm gonna do the world's fastest cutout job, right? So we're just gonna grab.
You need to.
I'm not even putting curves in it. No,
something?
no curves, no nothing. I don't know. Figma might do this, and somebody who knows Figma might be like screaming at their computer right now. I don't know how to do it.
I'm almost screaming at my computer, but I only know Photoshop, so I can't really help you.
I'm going to just cut off. Yeah, that's one thing I love about Figma.
Just go around.
No, man, I'm actually going to cut this arm off.
Oh, that's a good move.
Right. So now I've got a mask. I'm going to take this up here, and then I'm just going to mask it. On. Right. Okay. So then I can take. No, get out of here. So now I can take this, and we just position it. Oh, come on. Mask group. There we go. So we position this, and we're like, okay, here are our Corgi sunglasses. Right, and this is what we want. This is where we want it to be.
That looks so good. I mean,
look
I know
at that shit. Look at that
shit. But like, I'm so excited about that. Did you add transparency just now?
I just set it to multiply.
Nice.
Okay,
I'm so excited about this.
So we've got a Corgi now, right? Corgi's wearing sunglasses, and so what the temptation might be is to like just export this part of the image. But what I would actually do is I would hide this. And I would export this whole frame.
Yeah.
And so then what we get is like we just have to overlay this 500 by 500 pixel image on top of the other 500 by 500 pixel image, and we get a nice look. And so then if I come in here and grab like step 2, we would just grab this same thing. So let me just make
you're gonna do 12 of them.
Actually, I'm gonna do it slightly differently. So I'm going to go back on what I just said, and let's get another artboard. We'll make it 500 by 500. Move this onto it. Right? And then, wait, where was it before? It was right here.
You're trying to make like a stamp tool thing?
Well, I was trying to get it like positioned in the same way, and it's just being a pain in my ass. But okay, so we're gonna
because it doesn't have it's not the same size as the frame, so it won't be able to.
It's not in the frame. That's why.
Yeah, you would have to like put a box in there You could put like any box in there and then just delete it.
That's
later.
what I wanted. So basically, because I put it in the frame, it's relative. So now when I stick it in this frame, it's also relative.
Yep.
And if I turn that into what I want, then I can go over here, go to my assets, and just drag one of these over right on top.
Corgi related apps are the new to-do apps for streamer content. Take note, everybody.
And then I can make sure that the color on this doesn't go out with it. I want the fill to be nothing. Okay, so now I have this this Corgi that I can throw it over here, line it up. Okay, it's perfectly lined up. Now between these two, it's not perfectly lined up.
Perfect.
So you would just bump it up a little bit, and so now it's pretty much lined up the way you would want it to be. And so what I think is exciting about this is like, if we do it this way, then we only have to generate one, and then we just need to know how much do we move it up or down per frame. So like this frame is 0. This frame would be like -4 or something. And then the next one might be -2 or whatever to make that line up.
Yep.
And then any accessory that we do is just a stack of transparent images that we then compress down using Canvas ad infinitum.
Yep.
Okay. How does that feel, chat? You feeling good about this? Chat feels nothing.
Chat.
Chat is dead inside.
Chat is dead. Jinx, you owe me Coke.
We've lost them. Like they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like straight up lost everybody. Okay, all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna export it. So
we do need to move on to the next step first, though, because we can't do this until we have a canvas on the other side. Because right now we only have images.
I'm reminding myself that we can't legally use these without paying for them. Okay, so now we've got a frame when we're ready for it. I'm gonna put that into our static folder, I guess, so that we have it available. And then, all right.
Also, you probably could have went noun project or something.
Oh, I definitely could have instead of going Google Images.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can use this for placement. Then I won't even commit this. We'll delete it and get something legal before we.
There are some great sunglasses on Noun Project, actually.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So let's get back to here. And honestly, how do you want to start on Canvas? What do you know about it? Because what I know about it is how to Google it.
What I know about it is that basically every Canvas library in existence can draw a PNG to a canvas. And what that is basically doing is using the canvas context and calling a draw image function. So I don't think we actually need a library.
Okay.
So I'm going to link you to the Professional Programmer's Reference Guide to Canvas, Stack Overflow.
Okay.
Which I'm just going to drop in chat. You have chat open, right?
I do.
Or should I drop it in Zoom? Okay.
That was the wrong winder. Here we go. Okay.
And basically there's an answer here that has 5 upvotes that looks like the right thing. There's another one that has 31 upvotes that also looks like a similarly right thing, but.
Got it. Okay, so that's
the general idea. The 5 upvote one has the canvas stuff on it too, but we're using React, so we don't need the that kind of stuff. We might need a ref on the canvas to get that 2D context though.
All right, so let's just try putting this in, and we'll see what happens. So I guess we'll put this above. I'm gonna do this, and we'll give this a little bit of breathing room, and then inside of it, we're going to add a canvas. And inside of this canvas, let's see what happens just by saving that. Okay, so this created a canvas. We'll see it here.
I think it'll be white though.
It is, yeah, it is. So like we can see the canvas is here.
This is the wonderful canvas. Look at it.
So what I'm also going to do, just to help us here, is change this to also be 500 so that the canvas is the full width of our centered screen. So then we have our canvas thing, and we want to.
We're gonna need 12 of them. So
okay,
it's gonna
baby
replace
steps.
the
Let's start
bottom
with
thing.
one.
Yeah.
Because what I think we can do is once we figure out how to do it, we can make it a component and then just drop the URL into it so that we only have to write it once.
Sounds good. Yeah. Works for me.
Okay, so then
Good idea, Jason.
I get one a day. So then we're gonna find this canvas, which I think we're gonna do by ref.
Yeah.
Because it's React. So let's set up a ref. Do it in alphabetical order because I care about things like that. And then we're gonna do canvas ref equals use ref. And then this is going to have a ref of canvas ref. Okay. And then here we kind of just need what, like, do we do this on use effect or?
Well, so we need to do this image onload thing, which is we probably.
Oh wait, I do need that in here.
We probably need to run that in use effect, right? Setting the source of the image and then the onload running and then running set state.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. Okay, so we're gonna set up a use effect. And this use effect is going to only be affected by the ref, I think.
It would be affected by the image.
And the image, okay.
Well, the ref doesn't really matter, right? The ref will always be the ref to that canvas.
Yeah,
because it'll be this component, right?
But unless I'm mistaken, React is going to complain about anything we use in here that's not in this dependency array.
Damn it, ESLint.
I know, they yell at me about everything.
I wonder if they'll yell at us in the other direction too. If we add too much stuff.
Knock it off. You're being paranoid. Okay, so now we have so we can get the canvas.
So I think we just stick all of the image stuff inside of this use effect, right?
Current. Yeah, so we get our canvas, which is the canvas ref current, and then I think we just pull all of this.
I was wondering why I was bouncing back and forth so much, and I realized I didn't put my shoes on, so I'm just standing on a wood floor.
Oh yeah, no, don't. Go get your shoes.
Yeah.
I got this. You need to hurt yourself. Okay.
Hang on, let me take the elevator.
Good. I'm glad that we've hit the point of visual gags on this stream. I'm very, very on board with that. Okay. So go submit your feature request for Learn with Jason. Up next, mime.
I need lessons, obviously, from what you all just saw.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we've got the image. We're creating a new image. The context is 2D. And then we set the image to the image source, which means we can just bail if there is no image. Okay. So with all of that being said.
Well, we still have to render the... Are you bailing in the use effect?
I'm bailing in the use effect if we don't have an image. So basically this canvas will just be here and be empty.
Yep, for sure. Sounds great.
And once we hit the button... Okay, so it did the thing, but
it did the thing,
but it's not animated. So it did create the image, but it's not showing the animated.
Because it's a canvas, right? There's only one PNG that we're writing.
Well, I just told it to write the generated GIF.
Oh, we should be writing the PNG.
Each PNG.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
the idea here is that we have 12 of these, right? We write the PNG to it each time, and then we write each of the sunglasses over the PNG that we wrote to that canvas. And then later what we do is we take the data URI out of the canvas and stick it into GIF shot.
Okay. So I am gonna turn this into a component so that we can like do the loop thing. So I'm gonna take this, all of this comes out. So we've got, let's just set it up. So we've got frame canvas, and that's going to take an frame source. And then inside of it, we're going to set up a use effect, and we're going to return this canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
probably
then,
the div with the canvas, right? No, the canvas is fine.
Yeah, we'll just, that we can keep the presentation out of it. And then up here, I need the ref and the effect, so I can just probably copy this straight out. And we also need that ref that I created.
Yeah, the ref we will need later, though, won't we?
Like you want to pass it in,
like,
you mean?
Well, because we're going to need to get the ref to get the data URI out of the canvas. So we have to pass that in. So we have the 12 refs in the parent component.
Got it. Okay, so that definitely just got stuck in my head as the 12 refs of Christmas for some reason. So now it's stuck in yours. You're welcome.
That was last month. Not. It was last year, actually.
On the first ref of canvas, my corgi gave to me.
We should definitely have a Christmas hat. Oh, by the way, we should do holiday events for this. We should have special packs for holidays.
Yep. So this is a frame canvas.
A DOM node in a React.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So yeah, we'll go frame source. Swap these out for frame source. And that should give us what we need. And then we'll get this ref current. And then we don't need to use ref. Okay, so that should work. And then I need to export that as my default. Default frame canvas. Got it. Then we can import that up here. So we will import frame canvas from frame canvas and start with just one. So frame canvas, image, frame source, and ref. Frame source is Corgi frames 0. We'll eventually set this up as a loop. And then the ref, it needs to be something better than that.
Does it need to be? Oh, it does. We can just do the pass through, right? What's the pass through function? Forward ref.
Is it forward ref? Or
there's a forward ref function.
I don't actually know how that works. I don't think I've ever used it.
It's this. This is the use case for it.
Excellent. Okay, so we're learning stuff together. So we just wrap it in forward ref.
Yep.
Okay, excellent.
It's that easy.
React.forward ref. And then we leave this out. Props ref. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we just passed the ref through. So yeah.
Got it. So instead of being this, it's going to come in like that. And then this stays as a ref. And ref. Ref. Okay, so then here we do ref is canvas ref. And in a perfect world, that gives us a corgi. Okay. So now what I need
We
to
have
do,
a corgi.
so we just need to
Well, we can loop over this and put them in an array, right?
I don't think we can, because if you can't do logic with hooks. Right? Am I misremembering that?
I don't know about loops, but we can do it this way for sure. We're going to keep it simple, like we've been doing all day.
Exactly. And then here, what I was thinking is that we would... Oh.
I mean, you just make the array up here of the refs and then use it later, like after all the ref calls, if you want to do that.
Yeah. Oh my God, this feels very gross.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks for that positive affirmation, Chris.
Hey,
Appreciate
man.
you.
I didn't say it was the wrong thing to do. I just...
I know. Sometimes you just gotta admit when you've done something terrible.
Sometimes it really be like that.
Okay, so now we can do here, we'll go corgi frames dot map, and then we'll get the source and the index, and we can do exactly what we're doing here.
Somebody just clipped us going ref as they are barking.
Good.
Which in my head while we were doing it, I was like, somebody's going to do this.
And then we'd want ref array and the index. Oh no, we do want the source. So that's fine. So here, now, what we're doing is, theoretically, we're about to create 12 canvases.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Hey, we got it.
Yeah. Okay. So then,
That's it.
I think I can make these a little bit smaller. So let's stick them into this grid thing. So now we don't need this anymore, right? These image tags?
We don't need those images, no, but we should keep the styles.
Yes.
Right? And just wrap them around the canvas. Actually, I don't know if that'll work.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that'll work either. Let's drop this in here, and let's see what happens.
Holy buckets, did that just work?
I mean, that got closer. Maybe we just need to make our canvas smaller.
Yeah, we could do that for now.
Yeah.
I think that in the future, we might be able to take the output of the canvas and just stick it into the image tag. So that we still get the full resolution canvas for the actual end GIF, but we just display it as an image tag straight out of the canvas.
I'm gonna nod like I know what you're saying, and then eventually I assume it will all become clear. But okay, so now what we have is we have each of our canvases has the one frame in it, and so looking at these now, each one is a canvas, and so here's where like my knowledge and my understanding of implementation start to diverge, because I have watched people do incredible things with canvases where there's overlays and manipulation and transforms. My application knowledge, though, is very limited, so I don't actually know how to do any of that.
We're not going to do anything super interesting, I don't think. The first thing we need to do is call to data URL on each of these canvases and get the resulting value.
So basically, like,
because I don't think that we can pass in these elements directly to GIF shot. So we have to get the data URI out of the canvas and then pass that as a node list to GIF shot.
Okay, so that means that in here, each one of these refs has, let's see, we've got each of these refs. We've built the things, right? The use effects are all there, and then I have the sneaking suspicion we're going to find ourselves doing callbacks here. But like,
we just need to do this in the button call, right at the top of the button call before we pass the images in for the GIF creation.
oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So then in here, we can go ref array dot for each, because for now I just want to log. Ref. I'm gonna console.log, and it was ref.current. What was it? Canvas context. What was the prop?
To data URL.
To data URL, like that.
I believe so. Yes, but you have to pass in like image JPEG or image PNG or something like that into it, like a media type.
Okay, so let's try that. Let's just see if we get what we want here. So I'm going to pull up the console. I'm going to reload the page.
Oh, it defaults to PNG actually, so we don't need to pass anything.
Each child should get a unique key prop. I'll fix that in a second.
And we don't really need to fix that.
Okay, so we get our images. That's good.
We got a corgi.
We got a corgi. So just to get it to not yell at us in the console, since we're going to be looking at it, I'm just going to stick in the we're going to stick in the source, and it'll leave us alone now. There we go.
You can just use I there even.
Oh, I definitely could have. Yeah, that would have been. Okay, so now we get back these data images, which means
we have a GIF.
We have a GIF, but we're not using that yet. So what we'll do instead is we will say const images equals ref array map, and then we'll just return this value.
Yep, sounds good.
And
then we pass in images instead of corgi frames. Now, GIFshot says it takes a node list, so I don't know if it takes the data URI directly.
Looks like it did.
Well, that works then.
That's cool.
It looks a little choppy.
I think it's a little choppy because we also just scaled it down, like to 125.
Oh, you think it did something weird?
I mean, it's also might be the stream being a little choppy because it looks smoother on my screen than it does.
I lost you on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we don't need to worry about it. I got rid of you on my other thing when.
Yeah, because I'm looking at what's coming across on the Twitch stream, and it's like slightly choppier than what's on my screen. So
yeah,
I
choppy
think
on Zoom too. So
yeah, I think it's just a transfer thing.
Transfer issues.
Yeah.
Please hold.
Okay. So yeah. All right. This is dope.
Dope. So now all we need to do is stick sunglasses on canvas, which I think we can do.
I'm not going to lie,
the same
Chris,
exact way.
This has gone so much more smoothly than I expected.
No faith. He's got no faith. Chat, he has no faith. Zero.
Well, you got to remember, I'm the one with hands-on keyboard here. I expected this to go so poorly. Okay. All right, so let's do that. We've got about 15 minutes to get sunglasses on a corgi. I have this image. So what we want to do, we're probably not going to get to the point where we can do it arbitrarily, but what I think we can do is try to figure out how to layer another image on top of the canvas. And do we just do that by duplicating this logic? No, not this logic.
Basically the thing where we set that image, I think we can just set that image again. Because we'll get effectively the same thing that happened on the GIF earlier, where it overlays one on the other.
Okay. So I'm going to do this with hard-coded things.
Yep. Totally works.
And we're going to do image.source, and the source we're going to give it is going to be... Yes, you did. Sunglasses that are illegal.png.
Sunglasses.
And then we get to find out
we
what
cannot commit to get.
Yeah. Oh, I did too. So constant image, that's me forgetting how code works. So here, call this overlay. Okay, I don't know why that worked, but I'm very happy about it. I'm also very confused as to why it stopped working toward the end. Look at that shit, though. Look at that. Oh my god, that's okay. So that's
it's just to deal with it, Corgi. That's why the sunglasses aren't on the rest of them.
Okay, so I don't know why this stopped working at the end, because that's very confusing to me.
That is very confusing.
Yeah, what is?
Does it take longer to get there? No.
I have a theory. I'm gonna try something. So let's set
theories are good.
Overlay, right? And I'm just gonna actually pass this in. So we're gonna go with. Oh wait, how would we do this? Overlay dot onload, and then we'll get a function.
Did it draw behind the Corgi? No. I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, it seems like it's definitely possible, but like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, it makes perfect sense if one image takes longer to load than the other one, right?
Maybe.
I'm thinking about the ordering of the callbacks maybe got chopped up by next tick or something like that.
Yeah, so that was actually kind of what I was thinking, is like maybe we can to data URL, so we're grabbing the refs there. And here we create them. So I'm wondering if we just create this, right? And then we leave that part out. And then I can pass this in.
Oh, because it's not actually...
Because then it's not generating every time. We're like using it once. This is.
You mean generating for every frame?
I think this is going to blow up. Let's find out.
I mean, remember, we have to take this code and stick multiple things on it anyway. So
yeah, so somehow we need to be able to generate.
So like singular overlay isn't really going to be the thing that we need.
Okay, so what? Maybe
can we go back and see if it's we actually can't see if it's rendering behind unless we don't draw the Corgi. So can we not draw the Corgi for a second?
Yeah, let me revert what I did, because that obviously didn't work. So we're gonna take the Corgi out. All right. Well, that time it worked.
Jay Nielsen is also right. We can draw both of them in the sunglasses on load or something like that. Yeah, so we're getting the sunglasses. It's just out of order. So what we can do is probably in each onload, we can stick it into a state inside of the use effect where we have like a Corgi key and a like a sunglasses key.
Yeah.
Unless it's just working now and you just fixed it.
Well, there was a I think, who said it? Jay Nielsen said put it in the onload. Yeah. So basically, cool. this is how we'll probably want to do that, because that way the Corgi is always drawn first, and then we add the overlays here. So I think what we will need is, like, if we take this and then overlays will be an array, and then we can do overlays for each source.
Oh, you're trying to write logic for multiple images? Or
that's what I'm wondering if we can do, is we can basically just take all of this, drop it in here, and set the source to probably. The source. A source is a source, of course. And then and then the overlay will be this. I think that'll work. Didn't work. What didn't it like? Did I miss
Looping,
a step?
maybe.
Oh, it needs to be an array. And overlays. There we go. So now the part that we have to figure out is how to set these offsets. And those, I think, it would just be like, that to me that seems like kind of a manual discovery process, but like in general, if we look at, if I open Photoshop, this is actually a little bit easier. And what I found with these, hopefully it's still recent. Is this the animated one? This is, well, no, that's not the one I want. Okay, so this one though, what I like about it is this one's got the, wait, did I not?
I don't know why you think I'm going to Atlanta, Juice. I keep getting tagged in render ATL posts. Oh, he's just saying it enough times until I come. Gotcha.
I mean, I'm also on board with that approach.
I got that. Yeah.
Okay, so I think if I just highlight all these, then I'm going to turn off the glasses, right? We'll get down to just
highlighting my horrible Photoshop organization on stream.
Hey, I thought you did a good job. So then we go here, and 4, 5, 6, almost getting there. Oh, we're past the halfway point. 8, 9, 10.
10. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, you know what I think I figured out with this? I think these, oh no, they don't. They don't. So check this out. So now we can see here, frame 1, frame 2, it goes up like one pixel. And then it goes up, it actually doesn't go up here. Or it goes up one more, doesn't move, down 1, down 1, up 1, up 1. See, so you see we can kind of like see, all right, so if this is 0, then this is like -1, -2, -2, -1, 0, -1. So we should be able to actually just bump the...
Can we draw image as at an offset?
I think so. I mean,
is that what the 2 zeros are? Because I don't know.
Hopefully.
Because we're doing like draw image 0, 0, image, right?
Oh yeah, that's an excellent point. Yeah,
I think it's probably XY maybe.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out exactly how far this thing is. Actually, before we do this, let's resize this down to 125 so that we've actually got, how do I do this? Image size.
Yep. Image size. And then you just choose it.
Okay. So now we've got our smaller size. And then if we go down to the eyeball, we know that it's roughly like 37 pixels here and 35 pixels here. So we'll do a 2 pixel offset. I should probably do it to the nose because the nose is more.
The nose.
Yeah, the eyes close and stuff. So 47, 45, 42.
I'm writing them down so you can just keep saying them.
Okay. 42, 45, 46, 45, 42, 43, 44, 48, 48. So if we
I'm
know,
looking forward to the 10-hour YouTube clip of that.
so if we know that 46 is our 0 point, then what we can also do is we can set this up with like, I think
Yeah, if you make the array those 40s and then you subtract 46 from it, then it'll work.
So I was thinking we could do like ref and then x offset, and we'll default to 0. I screwed the bottom one up, didn't I? Okay, so the first one was 44, right?
Yeah, I have the list in chat.
You already posted it in chat? Oh, perfect. Okay. All right, so this is our list. So we go 0, -2, and then from here we're going to go -5. Everybody gets to watch me do math. -5.
That's what I was saying. I was saying that you could just stick that in an array and then do dot map and then -46.
No way. That's not how we do things on Learn with Jason. It's always the hard way. Let's see. Then
Thanks for the raid, Brian, by the way. Appreciate that.
oh geez. I'm like, what's up, Brian? I'm so in my own little math land today that I'm just completely clueless here.
The
We did
corgis do that. The
the
corgis get it
0,
done.
2, 3, 4, 5. So we're here. So -2. And then -5. And then -4. -3. And +1. So in theory, what we can do is take this x offset. So I need to then, in the ref array.
Wait, you said 46 was the midpoint, right?
Well, the first thing that I gave you is, so 47 was our.
47?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And honestly, like, it's close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades. Like all we really want to figure out at this point is if it's gonna. Oh wait, no, that's not what we want at all. Anyways, this is wrong. So that one we just want the refs. Down here, we're gonna go through the ref array. .ref, and the x offset will be ref array I.
Y offset.
But I called it the wrong thing, didn't I? Called it the wrong thing on every single one of these.
Yeah, just so you know.
Keeping everybody on their
So I don't get
toes.
confused later.
Yeah. Confuse the holy hell out of me.
Why isn't this working? Why is it going hard? Oh.
Okay, so then this probably XY. So I
Probably
think,
XY. I'm going with XY.
yeah, let's try it. And then we're gonna go with Y offset, which we will default to 0 in case that doesn't get passed. And then we will set the Y
Perfect.
offset. Holy buckets.
Did it work?
Everybody see? Yeah, look at this.
It worked. Ah!
And does everyone understand my math now? Okay,
Does
so
everyone-
but so this needs some tweaking because it's bouncing. But yeah. So anyway, so basically what we're doing is we know the corgi doesn't move left and right. So once we know the position of the frames, the whole body stays pretty consistent. So the only thing that would be hard to match on here is if you wanted to match the ear movement or if you wanted to match the tongue or the legs. Otherwise, like the torso and the head are
Holy buckets.
pretty
Did that
much just
work?
moving up and down at predictable intervals. So once we know what those intervals are,
I kind of like the bouncing.
and the bouncing kind of gives it some like gives it
It's
a little
like it's
pep.
actually running.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue with the explanation of offsets. Sorry.
Yeah. So effectively, like what we've got here is like in theory, you could, if you wanted to, take all 12 frames and create 12 overlay frames and then drop them in. And like maybe that's something we want to do. So if somebody did want to draw, like Eco just suggested corgi socks, right? So if somebody wants to get some like corgi socks and go in and actually draw these as an animation, 100% we want to support that. That's going to be an advanced use case though. I think what we really want is like take a Figma template like this, put, you know, if we take this and we copy the corgi in here.
Yeah, I mean, in most cases, I think that we're going to be supplying all of the assets for this.
But like if I just want to draw like a hat, right? We'll give him a little party hat. It's a bad hat. It's a bad hat. Right? So you give him a little like party corgi hat. Then we have to do a gradient because that's how this relationship works. Go here.
Also, Noun Project has some great hats. So,
here. Take it to 100%. Go here. Take it to, I don't know, let's go purple. Right? It's a very good hat.
There's an upside down top hat with a face. I don't know how that got into.
Why does this still not think that it's, get out of here? That's what I want. There we go. Now we can make this sideways.
Ben with the sub.
What up, Ben? Okay, so now in here, right? So we got this goofy little party hat.
Oh, does it have a little clip for the ear? That's awesome.
And then if I take this out, now I can export this. And so if I export this hat and put it into...
And we can just stack these. That's awesome.
Yeah, we should be able to just stack these. So what I'm going to try to do right now as like the final thing to try is, did I put this in the... Yes. So now I think if I go in here and I just add party hat.png, what should happen is we might have to reload to get that to, there we go. So now it's got a party hat and sunglasses and those move appropriately, right? So now like we need to tweak this for size because this is way too low res for what we want. We probably need to tweak this for stacking order, but honestly, we might be able to fix that just by how we put these in. Oops.
Well, I think in the long term, what we're probably going to do is do like some kind of layers thing where if you choose a hat, it goes like behind the sunglasses and the sunglasses go over everything else.
Mm-hmm. We're also going to have to figure out, it's totally whichever one loads first. So we're going to have to figure out a way to set up like dependency ordering there. Yeah. But anyways, so basically this gives us what we want. It would be really cool if we could figure out, which I know CSS blend modes work. So we could absolutely set this to be
they
multiply.
Do work, yes.
I'm not going to do that right now. We're out of time. I really want to do that right now. So if somebody's looking for a fun project, then you could 100% go in and start making these filters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this public somehow. Anyone with the file link. I don't think I can make you an editor because I think that would turn it into a thing, but you can copy it. So you can like make a copy of the file by doing, where is it? I can't remember how to do it.
Well, you can commit it to the repo, right? Without the sunglasses.
I can commit the hat, but I can't like the Figma thing so that you can like add your own and move it around. If you use this link, it'll let you copy, right? So let me get rid of the sunglasses that are illegal and do a party hat, and then that's for reference. Reference Corgi.
Reference Corgi.
So yeah, so that's a thing that anybody who wants to can go and grab. Make a copy and you'll be able to. Hello, anonymous. Make a copy. You can make any accessories that you want, and then let me delete the sunglasses so that we don't
It's a
get ourselves
Corgi
into
reference
any trouble.
implementation. The meta Corgi.
The meta Corgi. The meta Corgi sounds like a mythical creature. All right, so I'm going to save this. Actually, before I do that, it didn't just blow up when I deleted that, right? No, that did what we want. So I'm going to save this. Git add all. Git commit. Well done. Way to send us out. Get that pushed. Okay, so that is now up on the website or on the repo, and the build of that should happen shortly. So expect that to be live in the next 5 minutes or so. At which point you'll be able to like play with the one party hat thing that we've done. But like from this point, I think next steps are anybody who feels like making Corgi accessories, please do. Please play with this repo. It's going to be super fun. Chris and I will sync up on how to get higher resolution and see if we can figure out transparency, because that would be super fun. But yeah, I think this is going to be great. So Chris, anywhere that you want to send people after today?
Yeah, I'm doing an AMA on Twitter later at 1 p.m. PST. So if you want to ask me questions about anything or Corgi related, yeah, come say hi.
Absolutely.
And then obviously join the Discord if you enjoyed our Corgi related content.
If you are looking for Corgis and Corgi related content, please join. Yeah, so let's throw that link up one more time.
At 555
jason.af/pcn to join the Party Corgi network. Definitely come and say hi. It's a lot of fun in there. Really, really supportive network that I've really gotten a lot of value out of. It's been nice. With that, stay tuned, chat. We are gonna raid Chris. Thank you so much. This was a blast. I love it when we take very serious projects on together.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun. Thanks for having me.
All right, y'all. We will see you next time.